¿Me escuchas, Martín? Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We're greeting you like that because we're going live all over the world from Buenos Aires, Argentina. First of all, I would like to thank all the national and international media that are connected with us right now through different devices. And what we are going to do today is unveil the new face that will be the new La Liga Santander ambassador. I would like to now introduce our captain. He is the Ambassadors Project Director for La Liga. It's a pleasure for me to share this moment with Fernando Sanz. Welcome, Fernando. How has the trip been?
It's been very pleasant, and very happy to present the new face that we have
It,
now.
it's always a pleasure to have you here. So welcome once again. Football lovers and supporters, for us, it's a pleasure to be connected with La Liga. Wherever we are, wherever we go, La Liga is always there. And as regards this expansion of La Liga as a brand, can you tell us something?
The league's expansion began in 2013 with the new president, Javier Tebas. We started opening new offices. The Liga was already global, but nothing to do with what it is today. The figures that we had in 2013 and 2021 are completely different. Back then, we had 800 million followers, and now nearly 3 billion people watch La Liga in 1 year. We have multiplied revenue as well. We now reach every single country in the world, and you can watch any game of La Liga live.
Well, I'd like to remind you, if you're connected right now, that you can ask your questions through a WhatsApp message to this number that will appear now on screen. And on the 3rd of March, there will be a meet and greet with our new La Liga Santander ambassador. Of course, this will be a remote or virtual meet and greet, and you can register right here on this site that you see on screen. Today, we're going to know who's the new ambassador. What does it mean to be an ambassador of La Liga Santander?
First, it means recognition to your career, to the career players had in La Liga Santander. It's also responsibility because the message will be broadcasted to a large number of people. I think the ambassador squad is amazing. We have Ballon d'Ors, Champions League champions, league champions, etc. But we want the human value, that being able to convey what you've done on the pitch for so long to the people. With this new ambassador, will have a huge addition to the squad.
It's a very elite list, right? We have Samuel Eto'o, Fernando Redondo, Fernando Hierro, Carlos Puyol, the Uruguayan Diego Forlan, and today we will be adding one more name to the list of ambassadors. Would you like to
Yes,
introduce
of
him?
course. I think everyone is impatient to learn who he is, but rather than say it, let's show it.
Javier Mascherano is the new La Liga Santander ambassador. So, if you think it's right, will you join me in a round of applause? It's a great honor for us to have you here as the new ambassador. And I'm thinking, right, so many titles on your career, and now you have one more. Being an ambassador of La Liga Santander is a responsibility, right?
First of all, thank you very much. It's a huge pleasure to be here. I've already told this to Fernando many times over. And as you've said, it's of course an honor to be La Liga Santander's ambassador in these parts of the world. It's also a huge responsibility to try and help this league continue growing as it has over the past few years.
This morning is going to be filled with surprises because you are the star. You are the new ambassador of La Liga Santander, and we would like to have more surprises for you. Do you like them?
Yes, depending on it, yes. If it's a nice surprise, yes.
They are nice, trust me. We're going to start now.
Hello, Javi. I'm so glad you're going to be La Liga's new ambassador. We'll be teammates again. And best of luck to you in this new endeavor in the best league in the world. I hope you're tremendously successful and hope to see you soon. Big hug to you.
This is a good first surprise or a good start.
Yes, yes, this is a great friend. As a player, there's nothing else I can add of what he represents for Barcelona and for the Spain national team. But as a human being, he's 10 out of 10. So I am extremely happy with this welcome.
I always wonder if beyond sharing a team, because you shared a team for almost 8 years, do friendships remain? Is Andres Iniesta one of those friends that you keep from your football years?
Yes, with footballers, there's something odd going on. Oftentimes, our careers make you be apart with someone that you've shared a lot with, and things that are extremely important, such as the ones we've shared in Barcelona. But when you see them again, it's like no time has passed. And with Andres or other guys that I shared squads with, I've had that feeling that time just doesn't go by when you meet them again. And it seems like you've only seen them 2 days before.
Those are very nice words. And if you want to meet Javier Mascherano, you can participate on this virtual meet and greet, and you can register on this website that you can see on screen right now. So, the second surprise of the morning, we're going to travel to Spain because we have one person there that wants to greet you live, and this is Aritz Aduris. Hi, Aritz, how are you? Good morning here, good afternoon for you.
Yes, good afternoon. I know it's noon over there, but I'm so glad to say hello to you and be part of this presentation.
From an ambassador to another ambassador.
Aditz, how are you? How are you doing? Hello, Javier. I'm so glad to say hello to you, to welcome you to our ambassador squad, and to be teammates rather than rivals.
It's
The
my
pleasure is
pleasure.
all mine. And with Aditz, we've had great matches on opposite sides, and it's great to be on the same team now. Likewise, with Javier, as he said, we've been on opposite sides many times. I've suffered his defense a lot, but I think we are similar competitors. We give our best to defend our colors, and now we'll do it together to be on La Liga's ambassador squad.
And it's any memories that you can recall now of any match in which you were on opposite teams with Javier Mascherano, any match or play that you would like to share with us this morning?
There are so many, but unfortunately for me, we've met on the pitch quite so often. I've suffered a lot because Javier was a center back, or actually a player that could play all over the pitch. And the way he approached the game is rarely seen, and the personality in the match and what he brought for his team. So I've been on opposite sides so many times, and just the way that he competed uh, and the way that I did were very similar, just giving our best, giving our all. And when you bring that kind of competition to the pitch, you clash, but we've always finished our matches hugging. And as I've said, so glad to be teammates now. It's a huge pleasure to share the squad with him, and so glad that now he's a part of the team.
And Javier, uh, what does it mean for you when another player talks like this about you?
It's as Alurid says, I agree. We see and live football the same way, and despite playing in opposite positions on the field, the sense of competition brought about a few clashes within the match, of course, but being loyal, he's an attacker, a striker, that he's shown how professional he is up until the last minute of his career. He's played at such high level at an age where it's very difficult to do so, and in a league that is so competitive as La Liga is. So congratulations for your wonderful career, and it's a pleasure, as he said, to be teammates now.
This is a beautiful moment, right, Fernando? Are you enjoying it?
I am deep in what Javier is saying. It's a pleasure to listen to a professional, to a person of such high standing, same as Aritz. They are professionals that bring these values that are so important for La Liga. That's why they are ambassadors now.
At it, you have a lot of experience right now as an ambassador of La Liga. Would you like to give him some advice?
I don't think Javier needs any advice from me. All I can say is that it's such a pleasure to join forces to help the league grow even more. Advice is for Javier, none that I can give. Let's hope this overall situation improves and be able to say hello to you face to face soon.
Thank you, Addits. I hope we have a great afternoon and we can meet together and share some tapas in Spain soon.
Let's hope so. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd like to remind you once more that if you want to meet Javier Mascherano, you can do it through a virtual meet and greet, and you can register for that right here on this website that appears on screen. That this is going to be held on the 3rd of March. So, are you feeling fine? Are you happy? Are you nervous? You don't seem nervous, right?
No, I'm usually not nervous. This is not my natural environment where I feel most comfortable, but over the years have I have grown accustomed to it.
To me is a great pleasure, as especially as an Argentinian and football fan and supporter, being here with you and Fernando and sharing this moment right now with the next surprise. This is one of the last ones. I warn you. He's a great human being, a great professional, a great former footballer, and La Liga has enjoyed him as a player in the Tenerife and Real Madrid for 10 years. And he is one of the surprises that we have for you. So join me in standing up and welcoming Fernando Redondo. Welcome, Fernando.
Great to be here. It's a pleasure.
You are already part of the elite list of the players in the Santander, La
Yeah.
Liga Santander.
Yes, 2 years ago, thanks to Fernando's invitation, and now be a part of this moment. I'm so glad.
Is there any piece of advice that you would like to give Javier, or as we were talking with Adet? I was in 2019 in the presentation when you became part of La Liga ambassadors, and I think it's a responsibility, right? And do you take pride in it?
Rather than an advice, I would like to welcome Javier. It's great to have him as a La Liga ambassador with such a great career at the highest level. His contribution is so valuable, everything that he can share and transmit for the league. And as Fernando said, the kind of human being he is, which is so important for us. So I would like to say this again. I'm so happy. Congratulations, Javier, and all the best to you in this new part of your career. Thank you, Fernando. For me, first of all, it's a pleasure to share this moment with Fernando, especially because of the position I played in for most of my career. He's one of the best ones of all time that players in my position have followed and have tried to emulate it. So having him welcome me, it's such a pleasure.
We have enjoyed you as footballers, but in our case as spectators and football supporters. But is there any episode of La Liga that you still recall and you would like to share with us?
There are so many. I've been so lucky to have amazing moments in my career in La Liga. The big matches, of course, stand out against Real Madrid. The El Clasico makes you remember them more vividly. So, especially those moments.
Fernando?
As Javier says, El Clasico is something so special, and being able to be a part of it is unique. For me, it's also very difficult to pinpoint one moment, but when we won La Liga with Real Madrid at Bernabeu, playing Deportivo La Coruña, it was a very special moment that I truly treasure.
I think we reached the moment that all the impatient people like me were waiting for. Everyone here in the studio and everyone on the other side. We are happy to share this celebration of the appointment of Javier Mascherano as an ambassador. So join me in standing up. And please, Fernando, explain to us what the tradition is.
I think the hundreds of millions of football fans Every time a player joins a new club, they share the handing of the jersey, and now we're going to do the same with Javier for the La Liga ambassador squad. Thank you very much with his usual number that he's used for so many years in La Liga and the number that he's won so many titles with. Thank you.
Let's share a round of applause. Let's take a seat again because now it's time to open or make ourselves available for the media round that for all the media that are watching us and for them to ask all the questions to Javier Mascherano as La Liga ambassador. We have Cristina Cubero for Mundo Deportivo. Cristina, I give you the floor now. Well, we connect with Cristina. I want to ask Javier how he's feeling. How are you feeling? Do you like the jersey?
Yeah, it's a great jersey. It's beautiful. I'm feeling great when you are surrounded with footballers. You have a good time.
Fernando, I think it was a great choice having Javier Mascherano as an ambassador. If we read the list, Fernando Redondo is also part of it. Do you think everyone's very proud of being part of the list?
There's 30 ambassadors now with Javier who've won absolutely everything, but beyond winning titles, the values that they transmit on the pitch and off the pitch. You've listened from Javier, from Fernando, how they speak, what they say, the values they pass on is of an amazing value. I'm sitting here and I'm enjoying. I'm an ex-footballer. I'm a football fan ever since I was a kid, and sharing the floor with these two stars from the Argentine football is great.
Everyone dreams about playing in La Liga Santander, in the Spanish league. What's special about it? What was special for you?
For me, I've been lucky enough to enjoy playing in La Liga so much, how it's organized, the infrastructure it brings about, and having experienced how the Liga expanded, how it grew, it got better, and how responsible they were in bringing us players to larger and larger audiences. Those of us who were lucky enough to experience that change, we have realized every time we traveled in our pre-seasons to different parts of the world, that was thanks to La Liga, to being recognized all over the world.
So I'm going to ask the question. No, sorry. We're going to move forward. We have Juan Jimenez. He's live. What's your question for Javier? I think we're having some delay.
The ambassadors are extremely responsible. Adoris was connected right away.
There are so many journalists that want to ask you questions. The list is endless. And if not, I'm right here to keep on asking. Let's go to the first question.
The main star is Leo Messi in La Liga, and very few people know him as well as you do. I'm not going to ask you whether he's going to stay in Barcelona or not, but uh, do you see him happy playing in Barcelona today? Hello, how are you? I see him happy in Barcelona, even though the club is not doing extremely well football wise. The way he's playing and how he moves on the pitch haven't changed from what I've seen in the past 15 years. So, in that sense, I see him as extremely well.
Do you miss playing with such a top flyer, as we call them?
Yes, you do miss it. And you also suffer it a bit because when you grow used to having the best by your side, when you don't, football is a group sport. So the better your teammates are, the better you're going to play.
This is increases
So
your performance too, right?
after leaving Barcelona, you sort of experience the real world of football. And when we get together with Barcelona former teammates, we do realize and we do share that Barcelona has been amazing with what we were lucky enough to experience. But to a certain extent, there's a huge void when you leave. So, in that sense, you do suffer it.
It's like a kind of mourning that you have to do as a player, and after so many years of wearing the same jersey, right?
Yes, in my case, and not because I played for Barcelona, it's a special club. They have a very strong philosophy and value core. It's not easy to find a club that is so closely attached to a philosophy as Barcelona is. So when you move elsewhere, it's difficult to readjust. Even though I had played in other clubs, in other countries, in other leagues before Barcelona, where it's just usual to get there and adjust as fast as possible.
So we mentioned national and international media. Now it's time for Su Keshu from Kensen Sports in China.
Bueno, dijimos medios nacionales e internacionales que están presentes. Estamos con un poco de delay, ya lo
We're
vemos
having
en pantalla.
a bit of delay. We can
Su
see him
Keju
on
está
screen.
en China,
Su
conectado.
Keju
Su, si
is
nos estás
in China.
escuchando,
He's connected.
es el
Are
momento
you
de que
listening
vos
to
puedas
us?
hacer tu pregunta.
It's time for you to ask your question.
Ahí vemos al resto. Bueno, le hago la pregunta de su.
I'll
Estas son las
ask
cosas que pueden pasar
you
en
his
vivo y en
question.
directo,
This
¿no?
can happen when you're
Agradecemos a la
going live.
tecnología, pero
We are very thankful about technology, but things can go wrong, right? So this is Su Keju's question. The last matches of Barcelona, the defense has had a bit of a mix-up. Where do you think the problem lies in this line, and how can they improve their performance from here to the end of the season?
¿te la di otra vez o le captaste la?
Está bien.
Should I repeat the question?
La verdad que obviamente estando de fuera no me gusta opinar.
I am not the best in the best position to give my opinion. Being not on the team, I don't like to criticize, but having experienced that position, the defense positions in a club like Barcelona, it's never easy. You're always taking risks.
Tenés que estar muy concentrado.
You have to be extremely focused because any mistake, like in any other major team, you pay very dearly. But there's a coach, a manager that needs to focus on that, and it's not my place to comment on what the mistakes are or criticize how the defense is working.
As we await for more questions from our colleagues from international and national media, I'd like to seize the moment because I have you to right here. The dream of any footballer is to be able to go and play in Europe and to have that chance. And once you adapt to the Argentinian game, you need some time to adapt to the European game. But is it difficult to readapt again to the Argentinian game?
Maybe I should answer this question because Fernando never played back in Argentina. But yes, every time you change leagues, football means culture as well, and each country has its own football culture and its own way of approaching the game. In my case, when I first went to Europe, I needed some time to adjust how fast the game goes, which was a lot faster than in Argentina. And on my way back, you need to readjust to what you were used to, but there's also a time that you were away and things have changed and you're not the same either. People have the best memories of you when you were young, but when you come back, you are at a certain age where you can't do as much as you did when you were young. So there's a struggle there. So ultimately, athletes, footballers, that's what we want to take on. The competition is what we're after, and try to challenge ourselves in that struggle that the time that has gone by puts you under.
We have Camilo Bernal from Colombia, from Win Sports, and his question is, from your vast experience in Barcelona Football Club that allows you to understand in depth the Spanish football, in which way do you think South American countries benefit from having an alliance with La Liga?
I believe that the Spanish La Liga has been, in the past decade, a school for managers and developing a style and how to play football. If you sit down to watch a La Liga game, you know that the priority will be the quality of players, that the pitches will be in amazing shape, and that the show, the spectacle, will be top notch. That's been my experience in terms of what La Liga wants to show to its audience, in terms of the matches being a product. So it would be great if here in South America they can have partnerships to empower our leagues.
Now we're going to the US from ESPN, Fernando Paloma. What argument has the Liga have to compete against the greatest leagues in Europe if Messi also leaves?
Ultimately, players will leave or retire. That's unavoidable. And I think La Liga's biggest asset are the clubs. And the clubs are amazing with huge traditions like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Athletic Bilbao, Valencia. These clubs have won Champions Leagues, have players that have won World Cups, and will remain and will continue to try to attract the quality of players that
That's great.
stem all over the world.
Let's go to Medio Globo Esporte from Brazil. In the Spanish football, especially in Barcelona, defenses coordinate attack depending on the team in a very nice and efficient way, but it's very difficult to do over and over again. Some teams, especially in Brazil, are trying to have midfielders to do this the same way. What is the main challenge in this process?
I think first of all is changing midfielders' mentality, which oftentimes try to work impulsively, sometimes you can anticipate or gamble for a steal. When you do it as a center back, you can't do that anymore. You need to start taking care because you're the last line of defense. That's what I tried to work on. At first, it was hard. That midfielder DNA led me to go for a tackle or to try to steal a ball and gamble all or nothing. And over time, I realized that at some points I did need to do that, but other times I just needed to stay back and prevent the rival from progressing on the field.
Now, from Mexico, the Record newspaper, our colleague is asking, what are the competition values that Mascherano will contribute to La Liga now that he will be a new ambassador?
I think it's what I've tried to do and bring throughout my career: commitment, being professional, and be a good teammate, be part of a squad, be part of a group, and uh, take on the role that you are given, and within that role, do your best.
We'll now go to Spain, to your fellow countrymen, let's call it. We have Cristina Cubero, and she asks, what is your outlook or your perception right now as regards La Liga? Do you watch its matches?
The perception is the same that I did when I lived in Spain. I'm in love with the Spanish league. Actually, I have a son that's Catalan that was born in Barcelona. I continue to watch matches because it's a league that, ever since I was a kid, with amazing examples such as the one I have on my right, like Fernando, we grew up watching La Liga matches, the famous the League of the Stars, as it was known back then, and I was lucky enough to play there for quite a while.
Well, now we have Times of India asking this question. Messi's contract will be terminated this season. Messi is the only one that can decide on his future. Nonetheless, as a person that is very close to him, what would you advise him to do? These are their questions, not mine.
I would never dare give any advice to Leo Messi. First of all, I think it's a very, very personal decision that he'll take over within his family circle, but from the professional standpoint, it's a decision he and only he can make. As a friend, I will support whatever decision he makes, but I would never dare give any advice as to what he needs to do.
The last question comes from South Africa. The media would be Futa. What do you think about the new talent in FCB, of Pedri and Trincao in particular?
Pedri, Trincao, and Sufati are young guys that are very promising. It's not easy to play at this level when you're 18 or 19 years old, and being regulars on the starting squad, such as Pedri or Ansu Fati before he got injured, being on the starting squad in a team like Barcelona, I think they are extremely promising from what I've heard from Leo or other guys that share the team with them. They are young, but they're very ambitious. They want to grow, they want to get better, and I hope they do extremely well in their careers.
Well, I said this was the last question, but I lied because right here they're telling me that there is one more question, and that would be Agustín Luchber from Marketing Registrado. And this is the question. Given your experience and your career in the Spanish football and the your time in Argentina that allowed you to see the next or future talents, which player from the local league would you like to see playing in La Liga?
Personally, because he was a teammate of mine in Estudiantes, I would say David Ayala, who's a midfielder, lefty, playing center midfield, very similar to Fernando, and I think he would be an ideal player for La Liga.
Don't tell me it's the last question because then I look like a liar. From Mexico, what is the relevance of your role as the La Liga ambassador here in Argentina? This is from Fox Sports Mexico.
I agree with what Fernanda said during the introduction and what I've said before, which is to continue empowering the league throughout the region, pass on La Liga's values uh, in the region, in the world of football, and help improve La Liga every day and reach a larger audience every day.
Uh, it's been a pleasure listening to you and to have you, Fernando, here as an ambassador of La Liga and having you too, Fernando. Would you like to share with us some last words now that we're approaching the end of the presentation?
I've been listening to Javier for 10, 20 minutes now, and I'm completely uh, enthralled with what he's saying. It's a great luxury to have him with us, with to have Fernando as well, who's been with us longer. But I'm in love with how Javier passes on what he's lived. Uh, so I'm completely into what he's saying, how he's played. So it's a wonderful addition.
Wonderful, really. As an Argentinian, thank you for everything you've given to us. Thank you, Fernando, too. I seize the time to thank you. And I hope that you can come more frequently. You always visit us for very short periods. We need to take you to visit our country.
No, no, no. I know it's a wonderful and beautiful country where I am lucky enough to have a lot of friends. Two of them are here with us, but La Liga goes very fast. We need to reach all corners of the world, and that takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication and a lot of commitment. We want La Liga's product, that our audience, to enjoy the best product possible.
I have an ideal plan for Fernando's next visit. I will take care of the salads. You can do the barbecue or the asado, and then we can have a football match and play among friends.
That would
In
be a
Spain,
pleasure.
we
In
call
Spain,
them
we have
barbecues or barbacoas, but I know that the barbecues or asados here are amazing. You are great playing football. Are you good playing football too?
no, I can't say that. I give my best, but I'm not really great.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing with us this moment. Thank you, Fernando. Thank you, Javier. Let's continue enjoying the magic of football and the magic of La Liga Santander. See you next time. Good afternoon.